What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we're using Decidueye for the first time in Pokemon Go Battle League. It just had its community day, getting access to Frenzy Plant, and also you have a chance to learn the Spirit Shackle, a new ghost type charge move, which is low energy cost, kind of spammy, and has a chance to debuff your opponent's defense. Really nice addition there for Decidueye. It also has some interesting fast moves that you can choose between. Specifically Leafage and Astonish. I personally went with Leafage because it has a little bit higher energy gain in terms of energy per turn as opposed to Astonish. Leafage is very similar if you think about it, like a counter and a poison jab. Those two are basically the same. Leafage just does slightly less damage. It's 6 damage per turn instead of 7 like counter and poison jab, but it's the same energy. So it's very easy to get used to. We're pairing it with a Probopass lead and a Shadow Poliwrath safe swap there with Icy Wind. I will say, if I had TMs, I would change Thunderbolt to Rock Slide, just FYI, but Thunderbolt did help out in today's video regardless, but I think Rock Slide might give me the coverage that I need. So hope you guys enjoy, hope you guys had a good community day. Let's go and get right into it. All right, getting into the first battle, Probopass versus Jellicent on the lead. I saw Jellicent a lot. It has been on a lot of teams, and we do see a Vigoroth safe swap, so Shadow Poliwrath is obviously going to go ahead and come into this matchup. Now, we are a bit behind on energy. I was a little bit slow. My hands are frozen, right? I had just gotten back from Community Day. It's freezing outside, and I can't tap as quickly. I can't move around as much. So we're going to go ahead and go for the Icy Wind. If the opponent decides to shield, which they will, we're going to go ahead and let this one go. The reason being is I want to put Decidueye to the test here. Obviously, this is a what can Decidueye do? Is it good? Let's find out. We're going to go ahead and come in and look to farm down with Magical Leaf, or Leafage, sorry. Magical Leaf is another fast move it has. Leafage. And then let's see what decides to come in. Remember, we have 2-to-1 shields. We are a Grass Ghost typing. The Jellicent decides to come in here. So I'm pretty much safe to go for double Frenzy Plant. And as you guys notice, that Spirit Shackle is pretty low energy. We were almost at double right there. Things are looking pretty good. As you guys see, it's just slightly less cost than a Frenzy Plant. So we're going to go ahead and shield this charge move. Obviously, it is going to be a Surf, which is totally fine. And then we're going to go ahead and go for the Frenzy Plant to take out the Jellicent. We have to find out what that final Pokemon is. Might be very weak here to Decidueye. Boom, down it goes, and in comes a Clodsire. So Decidueye is going to be able to handle this nicely. What's cool about Decidueye is it's got that typing like Trevenant does, the Grass Ghost, but it has a different power dynamic in terms of its charge moves. So Trevenant has Shadow Ball and Seed Bomb, whereas it's inversed here, where we have Frenzy Plant and Spirit Shackle. And straight off of movesets, I would wager this one is better because of the debuff potential from Spirit Shackle. Boom, down it goes, and that is going to be a good game, very well played. All right, moving to the next one. Jellicent, once again on lead. I saw it a lot today. I just saw it a lot. It's a very strong Pokemon in this meta, but my opponent, I think, is lagging out. Yep, they're back. They're not. I'm just going to keep going because I have had it in the past, like many of you probably have, where you think your opponent is lagging and nothing's happening, but in reality, they've been attacking that whole time. Now, it looks like their app might have crashed. But they actually swap out into Vigoroth, and I'm like, okay, maybe they got back in, maybe they did. App crash. So we're going to go ahead and give them the benefit of the doubt and let this Body Slam go, and then see what we can do from here. Because obviously Poliwrath could have shielded there and farmed down, but we're just going to go ahead and let that Body Slam go, and they decide to no-shield. I'm like, all right. Okay, they're going to come in with Jellicent here, and this is where Poliwrath is a bit nasty, is we're going to be able to get to an Icy Wind in time, so they weren't able to farm me down. So I kind of gave my opponent an advantage back by just letting the Body Slam go through, but they unfortunately didn't take it to try to get Switch, and they instead decided to farm me down, which is fine. We're going to go ahead and let the Surf go through right here. It is super effective, but it honestly doesn't do that much. Probopass is pretty tanky, as we can let that go. Final Pokemon is going to be a Shadow, a Bomb, a Snow. So this game would have definitely been interesting. The Magnet Bomb here I think is pretty crucial in this meta. I mentioned the moveset earlier. Thunderbolt obviously really nice for stuff like Skarmory and Jellicent. Rock Slide though, I feel synergizes a little bit better with this team because it gives you coverage of stuff like Skeledirge and Charjabug, which you definitely need coverage for. And the Magnet Bomb does very well against a lot of the ice types that we see and the fairy types, which is very, very good for us. So we're going to go ahead and let this go. Probopass can easily take this right here, not too concerned, as a Weather Ball is going to be resisted and we will be able to fast move down. So that's going to be a good game, very well played. Sorry to my opponent that I think your app crashed right there, but good game. It would have been a close one there at the end. All right, moving to the next one. Clodsire on the lead. Oof, this is a hard one. We're going to go ahead and swap out right away into Poliwrath, and they come in with the Shadow Victory Bell. I'm like, my gosh, please get to the Icy Wind in time. We desperately need this. And this is what's tough about Shadow Victory Bell in this meta, is a lot of the stuff that are now our tanks take a good amount of damage, right? Whereas something like Bastion still takes a decent amount. Something like Registeel, they all resist those fast moves. Registeel does. But Probopass here gets chunked a little bit. This is bad. So we're going to hope that Decidueye can close this game for us. Maybe they have a Poliwrath in the back or something. That would be really nice. As we're going to go ahead and load up on energy. And my hope is that I try to catch the charge move, but they don't throw, and they have a Razor Leaf Tropius in the back. So we get to see what Decidueye is capable of. Obviously, Air Slash would have been a worse matchup, which if you guys haven't seen already, I do have a Tropius video out on as well. It was a really fun team. I personally used Air Slash though. But we're going to see what Decidueye can potentially do here with the neutral Spirit Shackle damage. As you guys can see, it's pretty low energy cost. I don't remember it off the top of my head. It's such a brand new move. I literally just started. But Spirit Shackle looking pretty good. It's got a cool animation as well. We're going to go ahead and overload and go right here to try to KO the Tropius. And then I know my opponent is going to swap in right here. I know they are going to. So I'm going to click on Probopass. I'm going to shield and click on Probopass. Click, 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 click. It didn't go through. I'm like, you even saw the animation right there if you were paying a close attention. Now, I don't think we would have won regardless, because this Clodsire had so much energy that they would have gotten to another charge move or just fast move me down before I got to 2 Frenzy Plants. So that's going to be a good game. Regardless here to my opponent. Obviously, double Razor Leaf is pretty hard to deal with, especially when you have a Poliwrath and Decidueye. Decidueye can resist it though, like we saw, but it's still tough. So good game. All right, moving to the next one. Probopass versus Charjabug. This is why I want Rock Slide right here. Charjabug's pretty common. We do see a swap out into Double, so we're going to go ahead and come in here with the Poliwrath. And then they did, I believe, 4 right there. So I'm going to shield. It's Wild Charge. I can feel it. It is Wild Charge. I could feel it in my bones. I'm like, they just went straight for it. Weren't even messing around, but I do get the full farm down, which is perfect. And now with Charjabug coming back in, we're going to look to try to go for Double Scald if I can. We'll have to see if we can get there. We do get a shield though, which is nice. And then I don't think I can get there in time, so I'm just going to go. Actually, I probably could have. Looking back at this, I could have definitely gotten the charge move up. Yeah, I could have gotten it right there. But that's okay. We got the attack debuff. We chunked some health. This is the ideal situation to be in, especially if your Probopass has Rock Slide. That is very ideal, because now what we're going to be seeing is I'm doing resisted damage with both Thunderbolt and Magnet Bomb. Now, we don't know what the final Pokemon is, but we see, actually, now that it is a Ferrothorn. So we're going to go ahead and come in with Decidueye right here. Thankfully, we resist the charge moves. Actually, not Mirror Shot, if they do have it, but I believe these are just going to be Power Whips. Now, Decidueye is a very glassy Pokemon. Very low defense and HP and higher attack. But Spirit Shackle here should do a decent amount of damage. And if we get that defense drop, we get the shield. No defense drop there, though. And shout out to the devs from Niantic. These animations, I've been talking about it forever. Whenever a Pokemon has a cool animation, It's really nice, and I think that one looks good. Now, I haven't faced off against Decidueye myself. We did get defense drop there, so you guys saw it happen, which is good. But I'm curious what it looks like from the other side. I didn't face a Decidueye in my sets that I got to do right after I finished my community day, so I'm going to go ahead and swap out here. I was anticipating them swapping into Charge Bug, right? So we're going to go ahead and go for the Magnet Bomb. Again, Rock Slide here, you're sitting cozy if you got Rock Slide. The Jellicent matchup is just a bit different because you're not doing super effective with Thunderbolt, right? Or you're not doing super effective damage with Rock Slide, whereas Thunderbolt you are. But either way, we should be okay. And you guys will see I make a slight mistake here. I'm looking to go for Thunderbolt, but I should just go for Magnet Bomb because now I'm one turn behind. I didn't get the charge move off. I should have done a Magnet Bomb there because now you guys are going to see just how close this gets. We will go for the Spirit Shackle. I think Frenzy Plant isn't enough, but I'm just going to go for the guaranteed neutral damage. And it's not. But we fast move down in time with 1 HP in a dream. Good game. Nice job, Decidueye. All right, moving to the next one. Mandibuzz. Obviously, a good lead. We will see a Jellicent safe swap, so we're going to go ahead and come in the Decidueye here. I want to see, obviously, Probopass could stay in there, go for Thunderbolts, but Decidueye is a Grass Ghost. We're going against a Ghost Water, so let's see if it can go toe-to-toe. We're going to go ahead and just overload on energy right here. I'm trying to get them. This was a bit quick. I feel like this was back-to-back Surf, so I will let this go, and it was. I'm trying to see what kind of energy gain we could get on this and how low we can get in this matchup, because especially if you know it's a Surf and you can kind of let it go through. Spirit Shackle, definitely enough to KO. Boom, down it goes. Now obviously Mandibuzz is going to be able to come in and farm us down for super effective damage as well, right? Snarl is a dark type move and we are Grass Ghost here. But Frenzy Plant actually hits pretty hard. We're going to be able to get this Mandibuzz into the yellow if they try to fully farm us down, or hopefully into the yellow, because of just the chip damage. Even if it's resisted, you still want to do as much as possible, and we get it below 50%, which is huge. So Probopass here can easily come back in. They swap in, and haven't seen this Pokemon in a long time. Maybe the Love Cup. Wait, is the Love Cup happening this season? I don't think it is. Is it? I'm not going to look it up on the fly. I feel like it isn't. Okay, you guys let me know. Maybe it is. I don't know. You guys let me know down in the comments. Obviously, it's a meta that I look forward to. It's always pretty fun every season around Valentine's. And Alomomola is one of the strong Pokemon in that meta. And it's definitely worth having it if they continue to do that meta. But we will go for Scald there to take out Alomomola. And then Mandibuzz here, unfortunately, is just going to get fast moved down. Probopass is pretty bulky, and it doesn't matter how many shields they have remaining. I won't be able to get to 3 charge moves by the time by the time I fast move down, right? And I like Spark as a fast move instead of Rock Throw to help out against some of the waters, and then stuff like Skarmory. So that's just personally why. I know Rock Throw, you pick up, fires and flyers and ice, whereas Spark, you pick up like flyers, waters. So we're just going to go ahead and just fast move down, and that is going to be a good game, very well played. All right, moving into the next one, we have Probopass versus Chestnut on the lead. So this is kind of tough. Chestnut's pretty good. We're going to go ahead and go into Poliwrath, though. This is a dicey matchup, and the reason it's a dicey matchup is Chestnut has the ability to just one-shot us, right? So we're going to go ahead and shield the Frenzy Plant, but we can fight right back with Icy Wind. And what I'm hoping here is, firstly, they didn't swap out. So this is a team read right here. If they didn't swap out into something like a Flyer that's going to do well against Poliwrath, this may be... or this may not be their only cover to Poliwrath, or to Probopass, I should say. Sorry, maybe their only cover to Probopass. So I'm going to come in with Decidueye and look to really load up on energy, because Chestnut only has superpower and they swap out and there's a Vigoroth in the back. So now I'm starting to think, hold on, is this like a triple counter user team or triple fighter like team as we've seen in the Open Great League with Defense Form, Deoxys, Poliwrath, and Vigoroth. Is this a Chestnut version of that? So I decided to let the charge move go through, but it was a Rock Slide. We do get the full farm down, and now let's see what decides to come in. It is going to be the Chestnut. So we're going to go ahead and go for the Spirit Shackle right away. This is going to get the KO or the shield. It gets the shield. They must be extremely weak, and because we loaded up on so much energy, Decidueye is about to get the beautiful sweep right here, hopefully. Spirit Shackle does KO. Final Pokemon is Poliwrath, so that was a good read on my end to give my Decidueye as much energy as possible, but unfortunately, I'm not going to make it to Frenzy Plant. So what we're going to do here is go for Spirit Shackle and then come in with the Probopass and go for a Magnet Bomb to close this game out. Poliwrath just doesn't have enough health or energy in order to go for the double Scald or the Icy Wind Scald combination, so we will go for Magnet Bomb, and that is going to be a good game, very well played. Decidueye actually put in a lot of work in that game, so good battle. Decidueye, I think it's pretty good. It's spicy good. It's exactly what we love. All right, good game. Next up, we got Shadow Muck. So Shadow Muck obviously destroys the backline. Or not necessarily destroys, but it can do very well against my backline. I'd have to be investing shields in order to win some of those matchups because of Dark Pulse for Decidueye and Thunder Punch for Poliwrath, while also doing resisted damage with our fast move and our both fast moves, right? So Probopass is the best answer to it. Magnet Bomb is very good for it, and we are looking pretty good right here. So I'm going to go ahead and throw another one just before they get to another Dark Pulse, as this should be able to KO. Now, so they had a Muck, right? What's the next Pokemon? It's Skarmory. I'm like, my gosh, 2 counters to my fighters. Okay, we're going to go for Thunderbolt here. And if Skarmory is their next best answer, I'm actually fearing Pokemon number 3 for my backline. So we land the Thunderbolt. They just straight up let it go through. So I'm going to go ahead and no shield and call that maybe it's like Jellicent. They go for Brave Bird. We KO. But no, it's a Beedrill. And I don't get to the Magnet Bomb in time. Shadow Beedrill. This is gonna be nasty. You see what I did there? Poliwrath here. We're going to go ahead and give up a shield on the potential Drill Run, but it was a Fell Stinger, and things are going downhill very quickly, and my opponent knows it. They're like, their team is literally built for as long as you get rid of something like Probopass or similar, they could run through a team, just steamroll through. That's what Shadow Beedrill is built for. So we're going to go ahead and just let this go. It is going to be Drill Run, and now we're going to trust in Decidueye. And thankfully, because of our Ghost typing, Poison Jab is only neutral. But my gosh, this is a tough end game. We're going to let it go. It is going to be Fell Stinger. We're going to overload on energy. They swap out into Skarmory. We get the farm down. And now we're going to go ahead and shield and look to go for double Spirit Shackle. And that should be a good game, very well played. This started off like an easy, nice, we got rid of the Muck. Nice, we basically got rid of Skarmory, and oh no, it's a Shadow Beedrill, but Decidueye is able to hang on. The energy gain, low cost charge move, neutral coverage is phenomenal with Spirit Shackle. Boom, down it goes, and that is going to be a good game, very well played. This team was a lot of fun. Obviously wins and losses like you guys saw today, but overall I think Decidueye is good enough to warrant your Stardust to try it. I think there will be specialty cups, or if meta shifts happen like Skeletors, we saw how good that became with meta shifts. It's just really strong. I don't think Decidueye is on the level of Skeletors. Skeletors is just on a different level because of its moveset. But it has what it needs. It has a hard-hitting Frenzy Plant. It has a stab, low-energy bait move with a potential debuff, and good energy-gaining fast move. That's really all you can ask for. So overall, I think it's good. Have fun with it, and I hope you guys had a wonderful community day, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So like always, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.